All right, it's Good Morning Anambra Tuesday episode, and we're so delighted to have you here. Welcome to the show. And we keep hearing devastating reports coming from the riverine communities in Anambra State. Yesterday again, there's this report of a family that lost 8 children, and our hearts are still going out to them and praying that something urgent will be done to ameliorate their sufferings. All right, welcome to the show. My name is Nonye Nwokoye, and today is the 11th day of October 2022. We begin with the press review. All right, you're welcome. It's press review, and the program this morning, today happens to be International Day of the Girl Child. Hello, the girl child. All right, it's your time now, and your future and your rights. I think that's the theme for this year's celebration. And coincidentally, we have 2 women in the studio, to look at what the papers are saying this morning. I have Joy Mbachi. Good to have you.
Good morning. My pleasure being here. Thank you.
All right, I also have Princess Diana Ndigwe. You're welcome.
Good morning, Anambra. Good to have you here too.
All right, let's begin with looking at stories making the headlines on ABS website. Flood. Anambra NMA offers free medical services to over 600 displaced persons at Mweri, Anambra East Council area. Flood. Anambra State Government distributes life jackets to residents of Ayamelum Council area. NAPTIP worries over activities of human traffickers in Anambra. And Anambra State Government embarks on state indigenship program to build database of non-indigents. All stories coming from Anambra State. But let's begin with those devastating stories coming from the riverine communities. We can see that the government are giving their help the much they can, and individuals are also responding to giving them help.
Okay, so I was at Umweri on Sunday. Rotary Club of Nigeria Municipal, Oka Municipal, actually went to visit to see these people, and it was a very, very sad view. The reason why is a lot of people are displaced. We even had to go to their markets. The whole market, I think the whole market is actually submerged with water. And we even had to take videos of, the way, how high the street light is, but the water covered just a little away from the street light. The road, the Igwe took us to the road that is leading to the markets from his house. That street on its own is totally covered. In fact, the house there was totally submerged. You can only see a little part of the roof. It is really, really, really a sad one. And then we actually went to also see the people at the camp. This is a time for everybody. This is when every humanitarian that is living in Anambra and also Nigeria at large should please get involved, because people are displaced, their property damaged, their crops are damaged. We even saw them harvesting premature crops. Their crops are totally damaged. In fact, you will just see that poverty is going to hit them. And then when we were coming out, I see some...
Is it just them?
I see,
you know, because
no,
most of them supply food to the
entire
state.
So it's going to affect everybody. The price of food is going to skyrocket. So these are the things that we need to... And I also want to especially thank the governor for creating quick relief response to them. At least they can see food. I even went to interview 1 or 2 persons. They said that the governor was cooking for them. They were eating. You know, this is something that is to be done. And then the federal government in general, you know, we know that this thing has been happening every year. Especially Umeri, who is trying to recover from the war. Because when we were passing, I saw some of those buildings, they were shut down, they burned down or was shattered through that communal war, clash they had. So they are still trying to recover, and this thing happens. And I want to please everybody, whatever you have, your clothes, neatly used clothes, shoes, this is the time for you to gather them. These children actually need clothes. Some of them don't even go to school again. So I think it's something to look into.
All right, and what do we actually say to NMA? Because they were there and there was this medical attention. In fact, I saw the video, you know, when they had to test some of them and give them some medical attention and urge them to follow up on the medical attention that they've given to them.
Actually, for me, I think I'm not so happy about the development because 2012 we had a horrible experience in this state, and I'm beginning to think. Is there no, permanent measures that the government can put in place so that every year as this flood comes up, no matter the level it comes up with, we can, be able to say that we contend with it without, any loss of lives, property or crops. I think we can do better than every year we'll be crying, running around, looking for people to help.
Is Nigeria in general?
Now, here, for me, for the NMA, I commend their efforts for being so quick to perform their humanitarian service as medical doctors. And this I also heard that Professor Kachi, who is in charge of a Red Cross Society in Nigeria, in Anambra, I'm sure he's already doing something.
Okay.
And I am even thinking, if we can have this habit of doing this humanitarian service to all those people living in River Nile area every time, we do not need to wait. When the flood comes, we start running helter. At this day, we are unprepared. We should be prepared at all times. Because what is that thing that the government can do to the people? Is it not to offer them services they cannot give to themselves? So I'm using this medium to commend the government for what they have done, commend the NMA, Anambra Chapter, for the brave activities they have been doing. This is not the first time. I know they've been doing it, and I'm surprised that you're a Rotarian. You proved that is part of what we do, environment, and we were there. And DG already has set up a committee. More helps will be coming from Rotary International, District 9142. And I'm asking these people that God has really blessed, with money and other things, to really make it as a point of duty to assist the government, because the government cannot do this anymore.
Another thing I also think I would like to also suggest is for the government to take a particular note of where this thing happens, so that people will stop living there. They keep staying there every year. It's occurring. It's not even in Umweri and Anyamelo. Theirs is even small. Lokoja is worse.
You're talking of
Lokoja is totally submerged.
Not Aguilera, Obaro.
Obaro is
heartbreaking.
Yes.
It's heartbreaking.
So it's something that we need to, like, the government,
all right,
needs to take measure.
I think this is actually a big topic for another day, because if we just talk the flood today, we won't leave the seat, but let's move on, because we've really looked at it the way the much we can this morning. Let's move to the first paper for review this morning, the Daily Sun newspaper. Let's see stories making the headlines on the Daily Sun. Campaign flag off amid mammoth crowd. Atiku outlines a rescue plan, with riders there pledges to address hunger, insecurity, and disunity. Wike, 4 other PDP governors absent at rally, will deploy technology to ensure victory. That's coming from Obaseki. And ASU to call off strike in days. Bajabia Miller and Fallon are speaking. And true federalism, pillar for prosperous nation. Akeredolu, tension in Enugu, Nasarawa as gunmen kill 4 soldiers. 10 others set Ebonyi Council headquarters on fire. Flood sacks 33 communities in Imo. Traders sends SOS to Soludo in Anambra. Namani defense Tinubu insists the APC presidential candidate Hill Hati. Wike backs federal government's award on infrastructure delivery. Bajana Kogi Dangote trade tackles over fire incident at the state assembly. That's on page 4 of the paper. And okay, that's the picture in front of the paper is actually the rally, the flag off of the campaign by the PDP yesterday at Uyo. The Gara APC Northern Christian leaders imposters says Tinubu with riders calls PDP party of looters, no alternative to our victory. Coming from Buhari. A lot of stories in front of the Daily Sun and trade bantering here and there and trade of words. But well, quickly, I think I'm interested in this ASU issue because there's a story I saw. I don't know how true that is on the social media where the ASU said, okay, the court has ordered us to go back to classroom. We'll go back after 2 weeks. We go back to strike. I don't know how true that is, and I don't know how ready ASU is to come back to classrooms.
Actually, nobody knows. Why I say that is that the government have not really shown a committed, mark in making these professors go back to classrooms because they've been using court. This is democracy. They should be able to romance peacefully because they are the people that form the minds of people anywhere in the world. When you don't have that teach your children, that teach your wives, and even yourself, we are heading into destruction. So
and somehow you begin to think whether these ASU members, actually they have reasons they gave for going on strike, but somehow as the drama keeps unfolding, it seems they are aggrieved, so to speak. Just where I said it, you said they mold the minds of so many people in the society. Everybody passed through a teacher to become what he or she is today. So I don't know if there is another or hidden agenda, that they are just angry at.
But for me, this is not even a statement. And we've talked about ASU for the past 8 months or more.
Going to 9.
Going to 7 months plus.
14th of this month will be 8 months.
Okay, but it's already 8 months already. So we've been talking about ASU from the first day they went on strike. They went into the strike issues, and then we've been talking about it. Now, a government who takes priority in education will see the mind of the masses. I was actually complaining the other day when I read something about in the news 1.7 something billion for food and traveling allowance for the vice president and the president. And I'm wondering if they can just spend 1 point some budgets for them in the next how many months they are going to stay. There is no way somebody will eat and travel with 1 point something billion in the next 6 months. So the government on their own, I think they are wearing these things with hand gloves. They think it's business as usual. But ASU is trying to prove a point to them that it is not business as usual. But then there are some things that I think ASU would have done. I think that ASU would have come in line with this government, whatever it is they're passing through, is to, because it seems like it's every year, every 2 years, every 3 years, this same thing. You know, I think maybe if they had addressed it from the onset, because they come and they run into an agreement with them. I think they said the agreement they ran, they didn't come to terms with it, which is why the strike is staying longer.
Okay. Sorry, excuse me. Let's look at it this way. The ASU is not looking at anything. They are not bitter over anything. But they are bitter because they are churning out unbaked graduates and they don't want it anymore. They have been having this agreement since 2009. Even when I was undergraduate, I know we went for 9 years.
But that's true.
But that was during military regime. We are now in a democratic setting, for Christ's sake. Why won't they sit on a round table, knowing that it's the future of these children? The only thing the government can do for the masses is to give them education, health, and where to put their heads. These are young minds, the futures of tomorrow, so we say. And the government cannot deny themselves. Do you know what a lawmaker takes every month? Can they cut
all these things?
If they really want education to function here, let them cut it off. Because the way they spend, how is it senators, rep, minister, this and that, what they are taking is half. If they feel that education is very, very vital as it is, they have to come to terms with these professors and give our children future.
All right, let's run. The New National Star is the next paper we are looking at now. Let's see stories on the New National Star. We will sign deal in couple of days. That's coming from ASU. Sit at home, 4 soldiers feared dead as gunmen hit Enugu again. Political termite will never return to power. Tinubu blasts PDP. Afenifere tackles Akeredolu, insists support for Obi beyond Southwest. Tompolo's men impound oil vessel laden with stolen crude. Fire guts Kogi House of Assembly. Nigerians not interested in our quarrel. Ayutel's Wike. 5 PDP governors shun campaign flag off. All right. Take it up from there.
The most important part for me here is Tompolo's men impound oil vessel laden with stolen crude. It's something that, like I said, I think that is the reason why these men and old men in power have refused to live there, because they are chunking out from the resources we have. They are the government, they will still steal it, and they will still come and tell us that, no, that we don't want to put.
And nobody questions them.
Nobody questions them. I think, for me, Tompolo has had it. The people of the Riverine area has had it. The other day I listened to Mama Riva in Arai, on Arai's TV, and I was watching where she was talking of how they suffer. These people in their environment don't have good schools. They don't have good medical centers. They don't have, they are not even exposed, nothing. And you come to
the area is not developed.
It's not developed, and they are suffering and dying of natural disaster coming from all those things. Their crops are dying. They can't even have proper food, because when they come to steal this oil, the oil spills and go into the on the soil, stealing their harvest. Now they gave Tompolo 25 million naira. And did you see that they still went to put that thing on fire? They still put that vessel on fire yesterday evening. Why? It's because they do not want people. Funny enough, one of the sailors did a video, called the name of the vessel, did everything. Now, why would you go and
Did he actually call the name of the vessel?
Yes.
He said he's not going to call the name.
No, he called as in
maybe another one.
he didn't call the people on board.
Okay.
He called the code. I think they have a code or something.
There are names he
codes.
gave,
He gave the name so that we know the link. Now, this vessel was escorted by Navy, military. That is to tell you,
confirming
that it is coming from somewhere. Now the government protecting and still stealing from us again. It's terrible.
Okay, go ahead.
I will urge us to really deal with these issues they are having with the government once and for all. Even if it means the students staying for 1 year, let them stay. 8 months and 1 year is the same thing. So that we will not have the issue of next tomorrow, next 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Students have forgotten their students now.
Yes, a lot of them are getting
Students have, which man, you're even saying married? No. Now people have.
All right, let's see who is here. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Please move away from your TV set.
Good morning. Hello.
Good morning. All right, in case you want to communicate with us here, when you call, tune down the volume of your television set or you completely move away from there so you can't be hearing us and hearing yourself at the same time. It doesn't work like that. All right, go ahead, Nkiru.
Yeah, it's Joy.
Sorry, Joy.
You give me another name today. Now, I love what Tinubu said here. He said, political timer will never return to power. Tinubu blast. So who are the political timers? So let's ask ourselves the truth. So it is not left for the voters. He has said it. Political timers will not return back to government. This is a very good one. I am appealing to Nigerians all over there. If we are happy with what today, let's go on and vote in the political timers.
The APC and the PDP. No, you can't. No, hold on. I said I'm trying to say the APC and the PDP. You know, see when you come to places like this, the problem with our Nigerians who don't want to say the truth. The APC and the PDP, they are reshuffling termites. It's the same circle. It did not change.
Sorry, your own view.
It didn't change.
Other people like APC. People are in APC.
Yes, but it's still the same people.
All I am saying.
All right, let's have a view of this caller. Hello, good morning. Oh, the call has dropped. Go on.
So what I'm saying, we are not here to call in any party. He has just prayed for Nigerians that termites will never enter our government.
Amen.
And that is our prayer. So whether it is coming from A, B, C, it's not my problem. My problem is Nigerians should shine their eyes. We have to go to level 7. Change. We have to go and know that termites, where snakes takes our money, where dogs, rats enters and carries national wealth. And up to now, we have not seen the
All right, hello. Please, you can help us. In case you want to join us, please move away from your TV set or tune down the volume completely. All right, let's move on now to the Punch newspapers. Let's see stories on the Punch newspaper. Atiku campaign, PDP governors hit Uyo with 15 private jets. With riders there, Wike, Otto, Makinde, 2 others absent as party begins 2023 electioneering. Obaseki holds South-South stakeholders meeting in Uyo. Diri Udom pledged support. We have Ayu appeals to aggrieved governors, says party needs everyone to rescue Nigeria. Okay, let's see who is here before we go on. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, your name and your location, please.
My name is Femi. I am calling from Lagos.
Femi, you're welcome. How is Lagos this morning?
Yeah, there is no problem in Lagos.
All right, go ahead.
You see, I want to have a take on the statement credited to one of the presidential candidates. Calling, it's just like a pot calling a kettle black. See, let me tell you, this administration, where pythons, so many animals are swallowing money. Is it a good administration? You see, both APC and the PDP, they are the same people. They are recycling themselves. Nigeria needs a fresh air. Nigeria needs a new man in the helm of the affairs of Nigeria. I am calling everybody to get prepared to vote against these 2 political parties. To be frank, APC and everything is totally zero. And this is the time to tell them that we are not happy. Look at almost 26 states have been covered by floods from Cameroon. Cameroon, you want to tell me that Cameroon is better than Nigeria when they open their dams? All our states will be overflooded. This is the time to shine our eyes. This is the time to reject these deceivers. This is the time to make a new turn, a change that will give us what we want. And we pray that God will help us to achieve this.
All right.
This morning.
Thank you very much, Femi, for your contributions this morning. All right. I think we look at the banner headline in front of the Punch newspapers, where the governors, they arrived to you with 15 private jets. And of course, some governors were absent. Otto Makinde Wike were absent. And what are you saying to his party?
Do you know why I'm laughing? People are saying that there is no money to pay lecturers to make ASU go back. And politicians here that wants to come and govern us have 15 private jets. EFCC, where are you? Are you doing your work? What are they doing? Where are they getting
that's why they said that's why they had to put it to you that PDP governors. So because they are governors, it's right for them to go around with. But there's something I want to tell you. If we don't take over this country,
the country will take over us.
The country will take over us.
All right, let's see who is here. Hello, good morning. Hello? All right, go ahead. Okay, are you there? Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and your location. Are you sleeping?
My name is Sandra.
Hello?
Hello?
Go on and speak. Let's hear what you want to say.
What I'm saying is about the politicians.
Where are you calling us from, please?
I'm calling from Kogi State.
Kogi State. You're welcome. Sunday.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead.
You know something about PDP and APC. Who are you to question them? Even though another party come and win, can you go there and tell them that they should not give the president to the president? Because last time when Atiku won the election and give one, me and you, we cannot go there and question it. The only thing that we can do now is we need a prayer in Nigeria.
We need what? Prayers.
We need a prayer. We need God to come and help.
It's not true.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sunday from Kogi.
You see, this
is his opinion.
No, I want to say something. Add to that. This is what brought us to this level we are in. You don't pray over something you can take action with. Let me tell you, every politician now is waking up gradually because they know the way things are going.
It's no longer
business as usual.
Do you know what he said at first? He said we cannot go.
We cannot go.
No, understand him. That is, they are not accountable to us.
To us.
So it is for us now to decide to make the politicians to be accountable.
I said
if
you pick up somebody to vote in somebody to go and become a House of Rep member, governor, they owe us explanation.
Because it's a public.
They owe us good road. They owe us good education. This
government let's see who is here.
Good road, good education, and everything added to it.
Go on.
They owe us everything. So it's not their right. It's our right.
They are not doing us anything.
So when a politician gets into the seat, it's our right as the masses for you to walk and give us good road. You know why? If you give us that good road, it's a good road you have given to yourself too.
Good morning, accountability there. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Mr. Vincent. I'm calling from Asaba.
Asaba.
Yeah, Mr. Vincent.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. I must thank you for what the people are doing. I'm so impressed.
You're welcome.
About this, the corruption in this country is getting out of hand. We, the youths, we need to fight over it. According to the last speaker, saying prayer. Everything is not prayer. We have to take it by our hands. You understand? And I pray that God is going to lead us to that glory that we are asking for. Labour Party is where we are going. P2P forever. So, according to what is happening in this country, both our oil being thief, ASO strike, all these things, APC and PDP, they are the same. They are the same. Okay, let me tell you, when God be in Labour Party and Labour Party win the presidential election, you will see all of them, they will try to divert to Labour Party. But we are not going to allow those old cargoes to rule us again in this country.
Thank
I'm
you.
impressed with what you people are doing.
Thank you very much, Vincent. Thank you for your time. All right, we move on to the Guardian newspaper. Let's see stories making the headlines on the Guardian. Budget deficit. Operators fume as federal government's borrowings undermine real sector. We have riders there. Borrowing plan will aggravate economic woes. Experts warn. Stakeholders skeptical on manufacturing sector growth prospects. Operators urge federal government to channel funds to productive activities. Buhari absent as APC begs women to back Tinubu Shetima ticket. Suspected herdsmen kill 10, injures cause in Nasarawa. And we also have 9 months after ASU discovers light at the end of strike tunnel. Obi's endorsement, you can't speak for us, Yoruba Afenifere tells Akerodolu. Rivers ex-deputy speaker slams Wike over executive order 21. CDSAC denies Boko Haram prisoners swap for release of 23 train attack victims. All right, a lot of stories on that. Over 116 million persons living with mental health condition in Africa. That's coming from WHO.
Ratio is not complete. 116 is more.
It's more than that.
It's more because the hunger and the poverty in Africa is enough to aggravate somebody's mental state.
Oh, really?
Like just in Nigeria now, that's you see, like people that are normal are not more than 20. Because as you come out of your house, you're ranting, you're shouting, things are not working.
All right,
you know,
let's see a hello before we go. Hello,
There's
good
no
morning.
lights.
Okay.
Sorry, very, very important. Let's not forget, for me, I think it's very important.
Okay.
Obi's endorsement, you can't speak for us. Yoruba tells, Afenifere tells Akerodolu. Please, I am so happy with Yoruba. The politics of today is not about tribe.
Okay, let's see who is here before we go on. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. Your name and your location, please. Apostle from Nibo, welcome. Go ahead.
And I'm not speaking maybe that already started that will just do things. First of all, 15 days to campaign. And they forgot that there is a country that has only 4 days. And the president to come and tell all of them to relate their country. And today, all Nigerians in that country and they living a good life. And not even with that time, their currency, if you carry 10,000 naira and go to their place, you become a millionaire. But today, their currency is 70-something thousand. Only 1,000 of their currency is 70-something thousand naira of our country. And today, this idiot people carry 15 days to went only campaign and hungry and peanut. And again, like the one that saying to Golo for their pocket, not for investment in Nigeria, not for investment in the education, not investment in agriculture, only for their pocket and invest in another country, so that they will just, I don't know, but only one thing I promise Nigeria, and the telling them to do it. Please, be contented with what you have in this election. If you have 1,000 naira, go and eat it with your children. Don't go and collect from one party and so you vote wisely to the another party. If you know that God will help us in our prayer, one thing they will do is this. Go to the polling booth, vote your vote according to your heart,
All right.
according to your mind,
All right.
not of their pocket.
Thank you. Thank you.
Change the mind of God.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Apostle, for your contribution. Okay, you were saying something.
Yeah, I was just asking Nigerians, please, today's politics is no more a regional politics. It is Nigerian politics. Let us come out in mass and vote out the termites this country. Please, the bag of rice, the wrappers, whatever they give us is our money.
All right, I think we have to welcome another guest before we move on. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Good morning. Your name and your location,
Hello.
please. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning. Where are you calling from and your name? All right, quickly before we wrap up the show.
This one saying operators fume as federal government borrowing on the line real sector. Now, I found out that the Minister of Finance actually said that the debt level has increased by 73%, which is to state. And when I saw it, I was bitter and I asked myself, borrowing for what? Why are we borrowing? We are not borrowing for production. We are not borrowing for. We're not borrowing for security. We are not borrowing to build the state. I just traveled the other time to Benin Republic. Benin Republic is a mini heaven, as in just a border between Nigeria. Cotonou, just Cotonou here is like. In fact, I don't even know what to say. They have lights. And they now make everybody to, you have to put off the light because you're paying prepaid, right? They have street lights. The place is looking like heaven.
Do you know the
good roads? We don't even have good roads.
Have you been to heaven before?
No, of course. No. When I mean heaven, I have a picture of what they tell you in heaven. I've never been there. But once you have you have light, you have good food, and you're living okay. That's why a lot of people. Do you know the people that left this country, as they say, the people that japa from this country this year alone, they said is over 16,000 people.
You see, this is just to bring our consciousness back to us. That is the whole thing. It's not about counting this, counting that. It is time for us, Nigerians, to go to the poll and use that our vote and say...
To prove a point. All right. Daily Trust newspaper is the last but not the least paper for review this morning. Article unveils agenda, pledges, jobs, poverty eradication, others. We have riders there. Join the rescue winning team. Okowa Tambuwal, are you others urge voters? Wike, 4 other governors absent. PDP crisis will soon be over. Coming from Diri, ASU promises to end strike after meeting reps. NAF airstrikes kill terrorist Kingpin Ali Dogo, 30 others in Kaduna. Obajana presidency waits in Kogi. Government had a Dangote standoff. And Lokoja flood, petrol scarcity spreads to states as gas price spikes. And we also have no alternative to APC victory, Buhari speaking. Daily Trust Foundation organizes media management training. Federal government honors Maman Daura Okonjo-Iweala, 445 others today. A lot of stories on...
Please, I will just use this medium to appeal to our president. I am on my knees asking the president to be neutral, to be father to all political parties. For the APC victory, does it mean that they have already decided that they will take?
But he promised in
So,
the
please,
peace.
he is the father to all political parties, and his major concern should be good governance for the people. INEC, every eye is looking at you. No excuses. You should do the right thing. You should do, if this election is rigged, we don't want this country to break. We don't want their prediction to come true that Nigeria will see so time. And I am seeing it coming true. If any funny thing happens, please, President, Mr. President, our lovely President, whatever leader, oh, you are everything to us for now, you are there. It's God that gives people opportunities to rule. Please allow peace to rule in this country by allowing a free, fair election. You can see the mind of Nigerian everywhere. This is a movement going round. We want a change.
Anyway, as for me, the says article unveils agenda, pledges job, poverty eradication and others. This is a normal chanting. It's just like chanting national anthem for them. We do not want, we want a blueprint of how you want to do it. How many of them have gone to learn good governance? How many of them even has passed through the school of good governance to know what the people want? Now, on the part where we're talking about begging the government or the federal government for peace, when they started SARS, NSAS, I came out on my social media page and I told them that a revolution is coming. This was happening 2020, right?
Yeah, 2020 or 2019.
2020. No, 2020. I said it that a revolution is coming. And I said it because I saw it coming. Now you see people picking from 100 to 200, walking on the streets, doing this, doing that. A time will come. I remember Mama said when he was shouting in the house, and he was saying that this government should take heed and listen and see what the masses want. That very soon it will be difficult for them to come out from their houses. It's happening now. The whole of last month, I think we had 4 videos where we had the masses placing barricades and telling those representatives to go back. This 2023.
You forget what happened yesterday in the PDP rally. Instead of saying, what song were they singing? Obi, Obi, Obi. So that's
so you
understand
what I'm saying. So I'm saying this today that revolution, if not taken care of, it will come. And I see what has happened, because this election is not going to be business as usual. People sit in their house and press their phone. No. Everybody, we're asking everybody to be
all
on
right,
the
let's
street to make your vote
let's
count.
take this final call. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, this is Mr. Okechukwu calling from Jos.
How is Jos this morning, Okechukwu?
Very lovely and nice, thank God.
All right, go ahead and talk to us.
Like your guest said, it's a revolution coming. If they rig this election, Nigeria will definitely have serious problems. But notwithstanding, I still want to use this medium to encourage, beg the obedient to go and get their PVCs, collect their PVCs that have been released. You can't be shouting obedience. At the end of the day, during that election, you see the people who come out, those who have the PVCs. You see this PDP and APC, they are ground riggers. You know, they know how to rig elections. Don't be surprised that they will just buy over those voter cards and throw them away, or even delay them, frustrate them. At the end of the day, when the election is done, people will be shouting rigging. But it is not rigging because the people didn't go to collect their PVC. So I'm using this medium to beg them to go and collect their PVC. So that when we come out in mass to vote Mr. Obi, no amount of rigging will happen. And if it happens, then Nigeria will break.
All right.
We will not accept all these people.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Okechukwu, for that wonderful contribution. And I think that's the much you can take on the program, because our time is fast spent here. Thank you so much, Joy Mbachi, for being here this morning. Thank you. Sorry, our time is fast spent. We've stayed more than we are supposed to. Princess Diana, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, do sit back because we have more coming up on Good Morning Anambra Show.
Does your